afternoon. This is OGTV Media News. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Bukola Agbakisu. Another round of rehabilitation of primary health centers will commence with the hope that by May 2023, about 300 primary health centers will have been renovated and well equipped. The Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, disclosed this at a meeting with Transition Committee Chairman of the 20 local government areas of Ogun State. Governor's Office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that the governor said the state is ready to receive the COVID-19 vaccines with equipment in all the wards in the state. His report.
Local government administration is geared towards bringing government nearer to the people at the most basic level. The importance of bringing government nearer to the people cannot be overemphasized. This translates to bringing service of great importance to the welfare and livelihood of the community. Such services have been delivered in the 20 local government areas of Ogun State, which has a high positive implication on the standard of living of the people at the primary level of administration. This is the testimony at the meeting of Transition Committee Chairman with the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun.
The average of projects about 3 for each of the local governments. It's based on homes, schools, hospitals, and we have in total 73 projects.
We have seen that there is a difference because about 3 or 4 of us have served with other administration before you, and we've seen the difference.
The chairman counted several projects in their council areas, noting that the local government is now functioning in Ogun State.
In Ogun East, for example, let's look at from Waterside local government where there was not even a block that was put on the ground in that local government in the last 8 years.
It will make people realize that local government can work the way they have been in the past. We have said it repeatedly during the campaign that we want to gel up the local government, and we have demonstrated that, sir.
They say we are not making noise, but I'm a communicator. We don't need to make noise. We only need to make impact. When it's time to make noise, we will make impactful noise and not aggressive noise.
The governor attributed the successes so far recorded by the current administration to the support of the people and the inclusive demeanor of his administration.
You will see that at the interchange, there's something going on at the interchange. I don't know for those of you who have seen it. There's a monument coming up there, there's a park coming up there. It's like a welcome center. We're calling it the Gateway City Gate. It's the first time I mention it officially because, again, you are the arrowheads of the building and picture together in local government. Gateway City Gate. So from that point, when you get there, you feel welcome. On your way here, for those that came from the east, I'm sure you would have seen what we're doing in Kobakwe. By the end of this year, I don't have a data, would have done probably almost about 1,500 or thereabouts affordable housing units in the state. And these are truly affordable housing units.
He noted that since the prompt intervention of the current administration to the farmers' herdsmen crisis, relative peace has been restored to the area, unveiling the further line of action.
Our Motekun will soon be launched. And because of the peculiar problem that we found ourselves in Yewa, we are launching the Yewa Motekun first. We want it to be clear that we are tackling this problem frontally. I've also told them to, just this week, to ensure that they intervene on the Papalanto to Ilaru Road, which has some field areas. So you will see work begin in that area in the next week or so.
Prince Abiodun said the state is ready to receive and administer the COVID-19 vaccine in the state, noting that the primary health center revolution is ongoing in the state.
We are fully prepared to receive the vaccines and actually commence vaccination. The entire cold chain that is required to kill the vaccinations have been identified. In each of your wards, we have a refrigerator that is in good working condition to receive the vaccines in every ward in the state. We actually have more refugees than the number of wards that we have. So we have those that are there right now, and we have the backup.
The current administration, according to the governor, is on a mission to rebrand the state, which is being done in infrastructure, housing, healthcare delivery, education, as well as social intervention in the 20 local government areas of the state. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
And still on health, synergy and collaboration between the management of the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, and the government of Ogun State will help in the provision of adequate health care to the people of the state. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dakpo Abiodun, made the submission when he played host to the Board of Hospital Management, Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, in his office. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro once again reports.
Ogun State is the industrial capital of Nigeria, the largest producer of poultry in Nigeria, the only border to the commercial nerve center of the nation, hence the need for provision of social amenities, especially provision of healthcare facilities. The exploits of the current administration in the healthcare delivery has not gone unnoticed, with the Board of Hospital Management of the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, commending the governor.
We would also like to thank you and appreciate you and commend you on the development projects, especially on health-related issues that you are on or you have introduced, especially between the state and the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta.
The governor called for deeper collaboration between Federal Medical Center and the current administration in Ogun State.
There have been lots of people living here, and we must ensure that we cater to their health needs. So wherever it is we can find partnership in the area of health, we embrace it and we support it. I will expect that our role should be that which is complementary as against that which is competitive. But of course, it is healthy competition.
He also promised to make some amenities and logistics such as road network, water supply and power supply available to the hospital for smooth operation of the medical center.
The previous administration, in their wisdom, awarded contracts, road contracts, to contractors that destroyed the water reticulation, pipeline reticulation across the state, without having a clause in their contract that ensures that they relay the pipes or relay new pipes, but without making any provision for such. So today, water supply in Abeokuta particularly is very, very bad, and many other parts of the state. We're just reviewing that, and we're working that out now. The contracts that this administration has awarded now have clauses like that embedded in it. If you can't on one part be improving a particular infrastructure and another part damaging another infrastructure. So we ensure that if you awarded a contract to fix a road or build something, any existing infrastructure there, you must restore it back to how you met it.
Federal Medical Center Idea Abeokuta is a notable federal hospital located in Ogun State to provide quality health care for the people. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
On farmers' herdsmen crisis, security agencies in Ogun State are set to work together to achieve the set goal of putting an end to security crisis facing the state, especially in the Yewa axis. Commissioner of Police Ogun State Command, Edward Ajogun, and other head of security operatives in the state confirmed this while briefing officers working with the newly set up Joint Security Intervention Squad in Yewa axis. Elizabeth Esson was at the Ayetoro Area Command of the Nigerian Police venue of the event. A report.
We thank God that the situation has normalized.
CP Edward Ajogun, addressing the Joint Security Intervention Squad in the Yewa axis of Ogun State. Joined by aides of other security outfits in the state, CP Ajogun charged the officers to ensure they work as a team in order to achieve the set goal of Governor Dakpo Abiodun. It will be recalled that following the recent security crisis in Yewa area, there was a security parley between Governor Dakpo Abiodun and security chiefs in the state which necessitated the handling over of patrol vehicles and motorcycles to further assist in surveillance and patrol of the crisis-prone areas.
Here to take off this joint security intervention task force, as the name is called, to make sure that at least the peace that we are enjoying is further consolidated, and to ward off any attempt by either external forces to infiltrate and perpetrate crime in this, in any part of this Yewa land. And so I really want to enjoin all of us to see this particular mission as a common one and the objectives that we intend to achieve.
Going by the commercial activities on most routes in and outside the area, the CP enjoined the officers not to get carried away, but to be alive to the purpose of their posting to that area.
Stop and search, because this is a high risk, it's an assignment with some level of risk. Let me not describe the risk. So, but to further mitigate that particular risk, I want to plead with all of us that in this area, we have smuggling activities. So please don't be distracted. Don't be distracted by all those activities. We are not here for smugglers, but we are here primarily to target those people who are, causing problem between the communities here, banditries, armed banditries, kidnapping, and anything that has to do that is to bring problem between the herders and the farmers. That is what we are here primarily to ensure that at least we cleanse the environment of crime and criminality.
The Joint Security Intervention Squad comprises the Nigerian Army, the Police Force, DSS, NSCDC, SOSAVE, among others. Elizabeth Esson, OGTV News.
On infrastructure development, the Federal Executive Council, FEC, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari, has approved over 809.7 billion naira for various projects, including roads, firefighting vehicles and equipment, as well as development of an application for design, development, deployment and management of National Social Investment Management System for the National Social Investment Program. Addressing status correspondent, at the end of the 36th virtual meeting, Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, said the council approved the change of scope for the construction of Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Highway. He said the road hitherto undergoing renovation would now be completely reconstructed, thus changing the existing cost of the project from 155 billion naira to 797.2 billion naira.
And approved the request for that change of scope and the incidental cost consequence, changing the existing contract from 155 billion to 797.236 billion to provide for full reconstruction of the main carriageway and also trailer parks, way bridges, toll stations.
He listed the roads rehabilitated, which would soon be handed over to include Bini Asaba, Abuja Lokoja, Kano Kastina, Onitsha Aba, Shagamu Bini, Kano Maiduguri, Enugu Port Harcourt, Ilorin Jeba, and Lagos Badagry. The council also approved the sum of 10.4 billion naira for the procurement of firefighting vehicles and equipment for the Federal Fire Service.
That covers the supply of 44 firefighting trucks, fire engines, 44. And it will cover the supply of water tankers, numbering 15. And supply of rapid intervention fire engines.
The Interior Minister also announced that the ministry got an approval of 353.2 million naira for the deployment of an integrated real-time data repository equipment for the Nigeria Immigration Service Headquarters, Abuja. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has identified lack of access to polling units as a major challenge facing electoral process in Nigeria. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, stated this during an engagement with the National Assembly Joint Committee on INEC and Electoral Matters on how best to give Nigerians access to vote. inadequate polling units created since 1999, according to INEC, has continued to create a crisis of access to vote among Nigerians with many negative impacts.
The National Assembly should know that the Commission is making efforts to build a national consensus to solve the crisis, learning from previous unsuccessful attempts. And then we want the National Assembly to support the Commission to convert existing voting points to polling units and to relocate some of them to underserved areas.
The leadership of the National Assembly expressed readiness to support the Commission to deliver on its mandate. INEC promised to connect with critical stakeholders until adequate access is created for all Nigerians to vote.
Well, to design and adopt a decision-making model that builds confidence and gives people the confidence to accept that this process is not designed to benefit one group.
Now foreign news. Security has been ramped up at the U.S. Capitol in response to a possible plot to breach the building. The move was prompted by intelligence that an unarmed militia group planned to attack the 4th of March, the day U.S. President used to be inaugurated. The House of Representatives cancelled Thursday's session, but the Senate will continue with its agenda. The threat comes 2 months after the deadly attack on the building by a mob loyal to former President Donald Trump. They breached the Capitol building in January while lawmakers were inside moving to certify Democrat Joe Biden's election victory. Mr. Trump still refused to admit losing the election. And to end the news this afternoon, you learn more from failure than from success. And don't forget that you can now watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live, and email at info@ogtv.com.ng. That was the news. Thanks so much for watching. Yoruba version comes up immediately. Don't go away.